Welcome to the January 2021 Ask Your Guides live event. So delighted to have you here. Alrighty, so let's just take a moment to do a little grounding and centering. So just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Just allow yourself to focus on this present moment. Let everything else flow away. Feel that loving, warm, divine, golden light flowing down to you, drifting into your crown chakra and filling you with that tingly creator energy and light. There's so much love for you today. And as the chaos of the world spins around us, Creator wants to bring us into this lovely circle to energize and enervate, to fortify, so that we can stand strong in our angel armor to bring the battle of the light workers versus the draconians, because our time is now. So gratitude for all who've gathered in this valiant battle. And know that we will be victorious. We have been assured of that because we have angels at our sides fighting with us. And so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was brief because we've got a lot to cover today. All right.
And Mike is the tip of the spear.
Thank you, Donna. I wanted to request from my guides any information regarding the chronic healing primer plan series I'm working on.
All right. So for Mike, what can you tell Mike about this chronic healing primer? I get this really warm, swirling feeling in my solar plexus, Mike. So that's a validation that you're on the right track with it, that it is a project that's in alignment with your goals and with your soul purpose. So do you have anything else you want to share with Mike about it?
I'm developing a website around that. Is that making sense, the spirit?
Okay. Developing a website around that project. Is that an optimal choice for Mike? Big yes on that, Mike.
Thank you very much.
And they're just showing me that you're kind of moving slowly. It's like you're a liquid and you're flowing. It's really interesting. So you're this liquid kind of, it's almost like sand mixed with liquid. It's hard to describe, but it's flowing along and it's going at a very smooth, gradual pace. So no rush, take your time. And as long as it feels good, keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else?
No, I don't want to hog the time.
Thank you.
Before we go on to the next one, just ask everyone just to put a comment in the chat that you have a question, because we're not working off of raised hands in your picture because it doesn't give us a good framework of who's when. So if you have a question, just say, I have a question, you'll be in the queue. So Eileen, you're next.
Oh, good. I just typed it in. Thank you. Well, Deborah, you know, I always have a lot of questions about the things that I'm doing, but today I'm inspired to ask, please tell me what I need to know or what's important for me to know about this year that's coming up. What I need to do for myself, what I need to do in my work, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Thank you.
What can you tell Eileen about the coming year? What guidance would you share with her? Oh, for you, I'm here in the car going vroom, vroom. So it's like, Eileen, it's time to take your foot off the brake and just get going, because you've got this grand vision, but you've been holding back. You've almost been idling, it feels like, energetically. So they're saying it's time to stop idling. It's time to start moving. Now, you don't have to go at 80 miles an hour. You find the pace that's comfortable for you, but it's definitely time to take action. So what else can you share with Eileen? Yeah, I'm seeing you in this convertible. It's a red convertible, tops down, your hair blowing in the wind, and you are just flowing along the highway with this big smile on your face because you are so on purpose and on your path. You feel that in every molecule of your being, and it's just, oh, it's like this feeling of wonderfulness all over your body. You're just tingling with anticipation for what's to come and such deep soul satisfaction because you know you're on purpose. It's just beautiful.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
What else is there? I'll start looking for that convertible. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just flow into it.
Isla is up next.
Good morning to all. Thank you, Debbra.
Great to see you again.
Likewise.
What is your question, Isla?
Oh, my question was that what was the guides this month telling me at this time to do to proceed with my goals of life mission that I am pursuing right now?
So guidance for the month of January.
Yeah.
Okay. So what can
Thank
you
you.
share with Isla about her goals and aspirations in the month of January? Anything specific that she can focus on? For you, I feel a coolness. It's like somebody's blowing this frigid air, and you can even see it coming out in the air. So are you saying to slow down? Is that what that means? Yeah, it's about slowing down and being a little more careful at this moment. There's a lot of things in play I can feel, like all of these tentacles. There's this big thing in play. So all these tentacles, and you've got to carefully work your way through it because it's complicated to pass through all of that mass. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, this is, seeking for funding and lots of people around there. So we don't know who is who and what the intent is, or if they are good for us or not. We don't know any of them.
Yeah, so it's like they're saying carefully navigate in the short term because it's like some paths are more treacherous and you want to avoid those. But Isla, they're saying tune into your intuition because you've got really strong intuition. So feel your way through. If you use your eyes and you think your way through it, that's when you're more likely to step on a bomb or something, for lack of a better expression. But when you feel your way through it and you always make the turns and twists and maneuvers that feel the best, then you're on course and you're okay. You'll be protected.
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is Katharina. Welcome, Katharina.
Thank you, Donna. Hi, Deborah. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Katharina.
My question is, what do my guides suggest I do to better communicate my truth and my insights with the world at this time?
Okay, so for Katharina, how can she best communicate her truth and insights with the world? Oh, they're showing you as a baby and you're getting all these kisses blown to you and you're getting embraces. You're just getting filled to the brim, overflowing with love. So they're saying, Katharina, we're filling you with all this love. And all you need to do is go out in the world and allow that love to flow from you. Because when you encounter people who you want to connect with, they're going to feel that energy and that love, which means their ears will be open, their minds will be open, their energy will be open to receiving what you share with them. So lead with love and you can't go wrong.
Okay, that's great. So if I encounter resistance or people who misunderstand, I just tap back into that feeling of love. Is that correct?
Let me just double check on that. So when she encounters resistance, what would be the wisest choice? Yeah, when you encounter resistance, what they're saying is that's when you take a little step back, reassess the situation. Is this someone who you want to share your gifts with? Because not everybody is, not everyone's open to receiving. So there's always some discernment in who you share your divine guidance with.
Okay,
So you
that's
want to feel, is this somebody who's open and it would be wise for me to share with?
okay. So I'll lead with love and be discerning.
Yeah. And if they're not open and they're not the right people to share your message with, then you just give them the love anyway. Bless them and move on.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Scott is next.
Hi there.
Hi.
I just wanted some general input on the direction my life is going, where my focus is, what I love to do. It's a little non-traditional, but it feels right for me. Is what's the feedback there?
Okay. So for Scott, what input can you give him on his present direction? Is he in alignment with his purpose? Yes, definitely in alignment. Okay, what else do you have to share with him? He'd like a little more than that. So I'm seeing this big dark pool of water with just this drop, drip, slow drip, 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 drip down. And that drip is making these gentle ripples in the pond. So it feels like they're saying that's you, Scott. And right now, you're only allowing a drip of your gift to go out into the world. But even though it's just that little drip, it's still making these gentle ripples. It's having an impact. Whenever you're ready, you can turn up the velocity on that drip, the pressure. But it's okay to go at the pace that feels right to you. Because you feel like you're going carefully and very considerate about what you're doing, where you're doing, how you're doing. And that's okay as long as that feels good to you. But when you get more confidence and you feel like you want to put more out there, then go with it. Really use your intuition.
Okay. So this is something that will ultimately help people, do you think?
Okay. It feels that way, but let me just double check with that. So this path that Scott is on, is this something that will ultimately help people? Oh yeah, I get this big warmth, huge warmth spreading in my solar plexus. Yeah, it's a big validation. You're on the right
Wonderful.
course and just keep going.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Crystal is next.
Thank you, Miss Donna. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Hey,
Hi, Crystal.
hey, loves. I want to thank Miss Deborah for helping me. You won't remember because you have so many people, but I asked you about my husband and spirituality, and he was scared, and you were right. You know that, and we're getting a divorce. Make a long story short, but my sons are moving away, and they're going to college, and now they are worried about mom, and they want me to go with them. Is it I've already asked my guides, but you know how, they're telling me yes, but then I'm like, is that really me or is that them? So I just need guidance on, is it okay for me to move?
Okay. So for
Thank you.
Crystal, would it be an optimal choice to move with her children at this time? Yeah, I get a yes on that, Crystal.
Okay.
Do you want to move?
I'm scared.
Yeah. It's feeling like you've kind of been deeply rooted in that spot that you're in right now. And it's time to pull those roots up because they're keeping you stuck. They're not allowing you, like the butterfly,
Yeah.
to metamorphose. So by moving, that's going to shift the energy up and give you a whole different platform from which to be more of Crystal.
Okay.
So it's going to stir things up for you in a good way. Of course, it'll be awkward and getting your balance in the beginning, but it would
Yeah.
be a very positive choice.
Awesome. I think I was just more worried about my job. I'm teleworking right now, but I really, you know how finances are, but yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Do you
Thank you
want to
so
ask
much.
about the job?
Yes. Will I be able to keep my job and keep teleworking when I move?
Okay. So is it highly likely that Crystal will be able to maintain her job when she moves? Yeah, it's feeling, I'm seeing all these little pieces falling into place like a puzzle.
Oh,
So yeah.
thank you. I appreciate y'all. Bless you.
It's so warm to feel the response. Thank you for being the guide, Deborah. Nicole is
This
next.
energy is just so amazing. You guys, I was having a bad vertigo attack yesterday, and it laid me out for a few hours. And I said to Metatron, you got to make this go away because I got to channel tomorrow. And then of course I realized that just being in the energy of this group and channeling is healing anyway. So yeah, I'm feeling topped up again. So thank all of you for being here and helping me to heal.
Yeah, it's wonderful because just being a moderator here to help take the technical support off of Deborah is so refreshing for me. And I receive your energy as well. So thank you. Just send it in. We are in a global room right now. So if you'll pull your energy in and just focus it into everyone else and share that. And Bridget is up next.
Oh, we didn't do Nicole.
Nicole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nicole, yes. You are
It's all right. We're just feeling the love. Feeling the
Hey, Nicole.
Thank you, sweetheart.
So I am considering signing up for a training that I'm very excited about, and I'm wondering if that is a good idea, if it's optimal for me right now, and if it will result in what I would like in terms of income and also in terms of using my gifts and service.
Okay. So for Nicole, is this training an optimal choice? Get a yes on that. So will this training facilitate the next move for her on her journey? Yeah, it's feeling very smooth. Like all the obstacles are just easily falling away as you move forward in confidence. And that's important, Nicole, because you want to be in that energetic space of confidence that you're on point, on purpose, you know where you're going and you're moving, and then they just easily fall away.
That's exactly how I feel, but it's expensive. And yeah, so it just needs to be considered. Anything else they would like to share with me?
Okay. About the expensive, it's an investment in yourself. So not expensive.
And the husband. And the husband.
Okay.
That's what I'm a little nervous about.
Yeah.
The rest of it is completely fine. But anything else I'd like to share?
Okay. Anything else you want to tell Nicole today? Well, I'm hearing zippity doo-dah. So that's always a good sign. So what else? Tiptoe through the tulips. Now I'm getting that one for you, Nicole. So that's just, it's very upbeat and light. So the message for you is about just staying in that lightness and that joy. When you're in that energy, you can conquer anything because you're so powerful when you're in that energy. That's you, the truth teller, just fully embodying who you are, putting it out there for the world.
Awesome. Thank you.
Exciting. So I want to hear about it. Keep me posted.
Oh, I got lots to tell you later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, Bridget.
What's your question today?
I just like to know, what can my guides tell me at the moment that can help me?
Okay. So what do you have to share with Bridget today? You know that song from Oklahoma, Oh, What a Beautiful Morning? I'm hearing that. So this is a feeling of encouraging you to have faith and confidence in yourself, that even though you've had a bumpy road, that blue skies and bright sunshine are there for you. It's like you just have to get up out of bed and reach for it. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So
Thank
it's
you.
an encouragement with your angels at your back and at your elbows, guiding you forward to help boost you up and bolster your confidence so that you will take those steps and move forward. Because when you're not doing that, that's when you get into that yucky energy and you get stagnant and life starts to get more challenging. So when you're in that energy, just reach out to your guides, let them carry you through and get back into that positive flowing energy. And it doesn't matter exactly what you do, Bridget, it's just about forward movement, because forward movement gets that energy flowing so that more wonderfulness can come into your life.
Okay, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
That's great. Thank you.
Darielle has a wonderful question, and she's a friend of mine that I'm glad to have her here.
Well, thank you, Donna, and nice to be here, Deborah. My question is struggling with the title. I already have a series, Energy First Aid, but there's another part that keeps coming up that it should be Mindset First Aid. It's not only a series that I teach at a institute, but it's also becoming a workbook.
Okay. So you want to ask whether mindset first aid is the optimal choice?
Correct.
Okay. So for Derry L, this new series, mindset or mind shift?
Mindset. Dawn is the mind shift. I'm the mindset. We have set and shift.
Right.
Excuse me.
Mindset first aid, is that the optimal choice for success? I get a big yes on that. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Is there any other guidance that they would like to share at this time with me?
Okay. So anything else you'd like to share with Daria? Yeah, I'm hearing that background of zippity doodah. So that's always that lightweight, happy energy. And it's an invitation from your guides to dance, to get into more playtime, more fun. It feels like there's a heaviness, like you've been too tunnel vision focused on work and not enough play. And when you do that, you're shutting things down and you're not allowing those new insights to come to you that your guides are dancing all around trying to share with you and tossing out breadcrumbs. So schedule in some playtime. And it doesn't matter what that looks like for you, just anything that gives you that light, upbeat feeling of zippity doodah. Even if it's skipping down the sidewalk, just get into that energy. And when you do that, then you're going to be more open to that guidance that's been coming at you, because they're trying to tuck it into all the little least resistance cracks, but it's really hard when you're like this, totally focused on your project.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Next is Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning.
Would you have anything to say about professional and financial success for me?
Okay, so for Olivia, what can you share with her about professional and financial success? I'm hearing Michael row the boat ashore. Okay, got to explain that one. I don't get it. Oh, so Michael row the boat ashore. There's another verse about bringing in help to trim the sails for the journey, because you can't do it all on your own. You need to bring in help. So what they're saying is, Olivia, don't be that woman island trying to do everything yourself. Bring in the help when you feel you need it, and then you will flow, because the River Jordan is muddy and wide, right? But you can get to the other side when you bring your help. And then that help is going to be in the form of angels and guides, as well as in the human form. So be on the lookout for those people who are in alignment with your vision and your purpose, who would be eager to help you on that journey. They will spread the word about what you're doing, which will make your mission so much more successful, and it will unfold faster. Does that make sense?
It does. And actually, I've been asking for quite a long time. I'd love to have a business partner, because it's just too hard to be the one woman show, and I've been asking for a partner, and he or she is not showing up.
Well, let's ask the question, would the help be in the form of a partner? Would that be a good choice?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So for Olivia, would an optimal choice be working with a partner to carry forth with her vision? Yeah, a partner is a good choice. So partner and other help, because you've got this amazing joie de vivre. When you bring that, people are going to be excited to get on the train with you, to help you, to cheer you on, and to spread the word. So just stay in that energy and you will be successful. Just keep moving forward.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Anne, you sent me the question in direct message. Can you unmute yourself and speak it?
Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, my question was, does Serapis Bey have any general advice and any advice for working with my special crystals?
Okay. So for Anne, does Serapis Bey have any guidance to share? Yeah. Okay. So what is it? Being a little coy, Anne. So for you, I'm seeing like this river of darkness that's flowing underneath. So it's like you're always feeling like you're being pulled into this river of darkness. It's very heavy and slowing you down. So what they're saying is, Anne, what you're missing is you're looking down at the river of darkness. If you change your focus and you look up, you're going to see that you've got angels with a helicopter and a ladder waiting right there to pull you up into the light and to whisk you forward faster to that place that you want to go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so don't forget to look up and call on your angels more often. I don't know if you do, but more often would be really good because they really desperately want to help you. They're waving at you and jumping up and down to get your attention. But when you're always focused on that dark river, it's really hard. So they're looking for just an inch to get in. So what about the crystals? What can you share with Anne about the crystals? Do you feel that lightness and happiness when you work with the crystals?
To some extent. I mean, yeah, I guess not in a daily functioning way.
So I'm seeing this really bright shining light. You were there with the crystals surrounding you. This bright shining light comes down onto the crystals and it shifts the energy immediately. It warms the room. It brightens you up. Now you've got a smile on your face where, you were very dour before. So what it feels like, Anne, is they're trying to communicate with you that if you change the way you work with the crystals, it's going to be more satisfying and more successful. So make it a party. You're coming to have a party with your friends, these crystals. And when you're in that upbeat party energy, the crystals will be able to help you so much more. But you've got to give them the space to be able to help you.
Okay. I also had a question about moving.
Okay.
Like you kind of mentioned that I should not be living where I'm living. So I really am kind of just don't know what to do with that.
Okay. So is the question whether you should move?
Well, it was suggested that I move. I'm not sure why.
That was a different day though, Anne. When things shift, choices change. So it doesn't hurt to ask again.
Sure.
So let's just ask for Anne. Would it be an optimal choice to move? Yeah, still getting a big yes on that, Anne. And is this something that needs to happen in the near future for her highest and best? Yeah, just yeses all the way around. Because it just feels like, Anne, as long as you stay in that space you're in, that dark energy is connected to that space. And that's what's keeping you trapped. So even if you can only get out for short periods of time, maybe you need to do that, baby steps. Get out for short periods of time. Maybe go stay with a friend or, go into someplace where there's a better energy and then come back. See how it feels. Really tune into that energy. You may find that once you've been in that light, happy, upbeat energy, it won't feel good to go back to that dark space again. But right now you're so enmeshed in it that you can't separate it. It's all running together for you. And that's why it's so hard for you to get the clarity and make new choices. It's like you're wearing chains.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Yeah, it feels
That's
very
for
heavy.
sure. Can I contact you later about more on moving?
Sure, absolutely, anytime.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Susan is next. Susan B.
Hi, Susan.
Unmute. There we are. Good morning. I'm just wondering, I have so many interests and I'm not sure where to focus for the coming next few months or period of my life. And I was wondering if my guides had any insight on what the best focus is for a few months or the year ahead.
Okay, so for Susan, what would be the best area to focus on for the next few months? Oh, I'm seeing you dancing. You're like a stick figure, like a cartoon character. a little bit like those characters that they drew in the Tim Burton, like The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that kind of a stick figure. So you're in this dark dress that's above your knees, and you're very angular because you're a stick figure. And there you are dancing on your tiptoes. You're like a ballerina. You're outdoors. The wind is swirling around you. You've got this long scarf that's flowing in the wind. You're spinning, and you're just out there experiencing. There's this feeling of exhilaration. So it's getting out of your norm, going into something that feels very different, just allowing yourself to feel and experience something different to decide if you want to spend more time there. So it feels like the overall message, Susan, is about you get to decide what's optimal for you, because it's all about what feels best. So when you look at all the choices that you have and you filter them through your solar plexus, because that's where we feel them, flow them through your solar plexus, see what you feel in that area, really mull them over. Which one feels the very best? That would be the one you want to put more focus on, and then put as much time into it as you feel is right. So it's more about you getting in touch with your feelings, choosing those things that uplift you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's sort of the way I've been living my life. So I guess just keep doing it, pretty much.
Yeah, very light and carefree without the burdens that so many people have. And it feels like you have so many choices. You're just in this really lovely energy of having this buffet of choices. And you just pick the very most delicious ones and savor them.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's about nurturing your soul.
Rachel is next.
Hey, Rachel.
Oh, hello.
Great.
I've made it. So
Hi.
it's getting. Hi.
Sorry.
Sorry,
No, we've got two Rachels. Hang on. It's yes. We have the Rachel A, and Rachel S. I have you in the queue too.
Okay, so we're on Rachel A now.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, the question about the type of clients I attract, they seem to be have quite challenging lives and programs and beliefs. So and quite like mental health issues. So quite often I think I'm not really qualified, and I always worry about keeping them safe and protected. So I'm guessing the question is, are they being sent because I can manage them?
Let's ask about that. For Rachel, these clients that she's attracting with such deep issues and mental health issues, can you tell us what that's about? Yeah, it's like right now your energy is drawing them in, Rachel, for whatever reason. That could change in the future, but they wouldn't be coming to you unless they felt a match energetically to help them. Now, at the same time, if it feels like it's a little over your head, it's perfectly okay to call on your mentors to help you. You don't have to go it alone. And in fact, when you're new at something like you're doing, it's better to like double check your results with people and just get that validation from somebody who has more experience, because that will build your confidence faster. And I know when I started this, I had that same problem. I questioned and doubted whether the results I was getting were correct. And I didn't have anybody to do that for me. So if you've got somebody, and I know you do, use that, take advantage of that, ask them to validate. And what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing that you're right about the results you're getting. That's going to give you more confidence. And then you'll get to the space where you'll just be floating. You'll know you've got this. And probably when you get to that space, you're going to attract different people.
Okay.
But I know for me, I attract a lot of people who are the number 7 in that study. I don't know if your teacher taught you the numbers, but it would be power in that part, because that's one of my gifts. And for those who are taking my material now, I call it the independent entrepreneur. So I attract a lot of those people just because we have similar energy.
I'm getting a lot of from Pleiades. I'm getting a lot of clients off from Pleiades. That's like, it just seems to be constant. So I didn't know if maybe it was because I was attracting the starseed type theme, or, but they just seemed, like I said, different ages, young, old, that, you know, but all seems to be from Pleiades. Not wanted, didn't fit in, you know, bullied, all with the square peg in the round hole. So yeah, I'm just a bit shocked because the recent client was 27 years old, and you know, like with this business, we try and have an ideal client. He wasn't my ideal client, but obviously he's come for a reason. So,
and is that your soul tribe? Are you Pleiadian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's part of it. But the thing is, you know, the Pleiadians are really fascinated by negative energy.
No, I didn't know that.
That's one of their characteristics. So the earth right now, with what's going on, there's a lot of negative energy, and I'm seeing more Pleiadians showing up for readings as well. So I was thinking about that the other day. What's going on, Pleiadians? Because there's this YouTube channel I watch where this guy is channeling Pleiadians, and they keep coming up. And I was wondering about that, and then it hit me. Oh, right. They're attracted to this negative energy, and they're just flocking in right now. They want to be part of it because it feels interesting to them.
Yeah. I'm not frightened. I mean, the last one had so many programs and so many dark forces and energy and all that. But there is talk that a lot of the men are becoming awake. There's a theme about young men are coming awake as well. But I didn't know that they were attracted to the negative side of things. That makes sense.
Yeah. The story about them is at one point they actually reversed the polarity of their planet, and they were not able to live on it for a while. It was uninhabitable because of that experience. But it's not in a negative way, if that makes sense. It's not a negative judgment. It's just they find negative energy fascinating and they like to play with it, and sometimes it explodes in their faces. So they're just all stirred up right now, and we're seeing more of them. But it's also because, being a Pleiadian, there's that like attracts like thing going on.
Yeah, my gift's divine truth, but like I said, I need to really roll with this and get with it. But yeah, I'm getting all different gifts type of people, but it's definitely Pleiadians, like you said. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Next we have Alice.
Hi, Alice. You're muted.
Okay, how's that?
Good.
So, so first I want to thank you and all the people that have asked questions, because, of course, everybody here and you, Deborah, the answers, all of them are helpful. So thank you so much for that. And so it's my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. And I'm taking the long view, of course, like what do I do and shift and change so that I can, you know, the next 10, 20, 30 years, you know, however many I have, maybe 40, are really fulfilling and joyous. And I would love to have my guide support and learn from them about that.
Okay. So what can you tell Alice about making her life more joyous? Oh, so I'm hearing skip to my Lou, my darling. So again, it's that theme of getting out and having more playtime, right? So do you have anything that you do in your life on a somewhat regular basis that's playful and fun, like embracing that inner child and just go swing on the swing set or something?
Well, I live in a beautiful woods here, and so I really enjoy walking with my dog in the snow, but it's a little bit hard going, of course, in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a skip to my Lou kind of a deal.
So when you were a child, what did you do that you really found so delightfully delicious?
Okay, so my childhood was really not a good thing. So that's where, when I finally had a dog, I could just take off and go climb hills and be away. So that's part of it. It's like I don't.
So you feel like you didn't really learn to play as a child.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So if we just focus on the dog, because that seems to be a lot of what you're doing, you can throw balls for the dog and frisbee.
Oh, I do. I'm very good playing.
Run around and make snow angels and just things that are
Yeah.
silly and upbeat. That's
No,
the energy you're going for.
No, I'm good with the dog. I would like to do this also with humans.
You can, but baby steps.
Okay.
So look around for opportunities. Do you know somebody who also needs to lighten up that maybe you could go out and go on the playground and get on the swings? You'd be surprised how good that feels.
Okay.
Or,
Thank you.
get on that merry-go-round and spin around and lean back and just, yell and really get your voice out. It feels like you need to yell. And not in a negative way, but just getting that energy out. So when you take your dog for walks, just yell out. Like I watch this guy who's in van life, and he goes out into these big open areas and he yells at the top of his lungs, "What's up, weirdos?" It echoes. I mean, just silly things like that. So you could go out with your dog and just be very playful. Whatever comes to mind, don't hold it back. Let it out. You've been repressed for so long. This is about you stepping into that playful, upbeat energy. That's going to extend your life. That's what you're searching for, that upbeat joy.
Okay, thank you.
So if you get this odd idea in your head that sounds totally insane, go do it anyway. It's probably a divine insight. That's your angels inviting you to play. So let's say you're out with your dog. Hold out your arms and just dance around in a circle like you're holding hands with your guides. And you're playing Ring Around the Rosie or something. They want to play with you. So try that and let me know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll come back to Nicole because we've been to her then, and we'll come back to Eileen and finish the others. Dariel says, thank you so much. And now we are to Rachel S.
Hey, Rachel S., how are you?
Okay, unmute. Hi. Yeah, thank you so much. Hi, it's so great to see you, Deborah. And I was supposed to have a podcast interview, and this person didn't show up, and so I was able to be here. And I guess that's another sign. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be here with you. So that's it's great. It's all good. I can ask you a few very specific questions, but I just want to tell you, like, my mind is, I'm super positive, and all you've been saying lately is very positive, and everything is, going right. And I really, really trust that this is my year, and that I'm growing, and that, things are working out fine for me. And I just trust that, even though a lot of questions pop up and there's a lot of unknown, like literally where I'm sitting now is for sale. So next week I'll know if there's a buyer or not. So it's like, and I have no idea where I'll be going. So, but I feel less fearful and more like just trusting that it will be all right. And you're a big part of that, Deborah. So it's like, you really make me believe in and trust and be positive. So, but I can't deny that a lot of times it's like a constant battle in my mind, like, yes, it's okay, everything's fine. I was like, oh, but what if, and should I maybe focus on something else, or is coaching really my thing, and the YouTube and the affiliate, and like, I don't know if you could, like, am I really on the right track? What should I be focusing on? If that's the question, I don't know.
Okay, so what can you share with Rachel to give her more confidence with her path? So I'm seeing you've got all these balls of string and you're throwing them out ahead of you, but they're getting tangled. So that slows you down because now you're trying to walk through all this tangled string, and it sometimes trips you up. Excuse me. So it's about you, Rachel, feeling your way through all the things that you're doing. Really take it to the level of, if you were to die next week, what would be the thing you would regret not doing? and then work your way backwards. Because do these things that you're doing fit into that plan of what is the most joy and expression you can have while you're here in this skin suit?
Oh, wow. And
you don't have to answer now. You can think about it.
No, but it just to follow up on that, it's like I mean, I do feel I'm on the right track, and I in general I want to inspire and motivate people. So that means that helping people by coaching them and helping them by doing my YouTube and all of that feels good. But then there's these extras like, oh, do I need to, what the resistance I feel, let me put it that way, is when I have to write another blog or write another newsletter and all of these things that I kind of feel a resistance towards. But I feel like it's needed for my path, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't.
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate side of being a solo entrepreneur. You've got to do some of those things whether you like them or not. That's just a part of the business. Not everything is joyful and uplifting, but if the main activity is the thing that feeds your soul, that's joyful and uplifting. So if you can incorporate more of your playful side, your adventurer, your traveler into what you're doing, I think it'll be more joyful for you, because your soul is really wired to be that adventurous spirit who just gets out there and explores and then shares that with other people.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like maybe there's just one more question about that. Like what, because I am putting this for sale just because I know there's this travel in me, and I know I get so much more energy when I do travel. But is it going to happen? Like, now with this whole pandemic, and then I don't know. Yeah, like, am I going to stay in this country or am I going to travel full time? Maybe that's the last question.
Okay. So for Rachel, is it an optimal choice to travel full time? It is an optimal choice. Now, with that being said, of course, circumstances in the world may, throw a monkey wrench into those plans. So for right now, it's just kind of like you're idling with those plans because outside circumstances are not allowing it, but it will change. You will get back to the place where you'll be able to travel. So right now is about you really hunkering down and figuring out what brings you the most joy and focusing on that. You're building that platform to springboard off of when you are free to travel again.
Okay. Okay. Any particular exercise I can do to kind of find that or get clearer on that? Or
so what can you share with Rachel about finding peace with where she's at right now? So don't focus on the things you don't like, because that makes them grow. Focus on the things that really bring you joy. So when you meditate, focus on that thing that's just so wonderful in your life that you really appreciate, and allow that to expand. Feel that energy. So whenever you find yourself getting drugged down, and we all have those moments, but we don't want to stay there long. That's the thing. Those are the times you bring out your tools. And for me, one of those tools would be meditation. So you focus on the good things, you get into gratitude. Do you do a gratitude journal?
not anymore. I mean, I do think about, like, I do my, morning affirmations and sometimes morning gratefulness or morning, something, but not journal anymore. No.
I'm thinking a gratitude journal would be good for you, at least in the short term, because it's going to shift your energy and your focus onto those things. The more time you spend focused in that area, the better.
True. Yeah, I know it works. So
what will happen is then you're opening yourself up to receive more insights from your guides, because like everybody else, they're always dancing around you, throwing the breadcrumbs, trying to get your attention and say, hey, Rachel, over here, look at this. This is fun. Come, let's do this.
And a gratitude journal will help me,
It will. Yeah, because it'll get you focused.
Awesome. Okay, good. I'll do that. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I had gratitude from Rachel A. She jumped off because it's tea time for her in the UK. So it's nice to know that this is global. I just wanted to say that to confirm that it's global. Next up is Kat.
Hi, Kat.
Hi. let me start the video. My dog might start barking, so then I'd have to unmute. How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just, it's so hard to think of like a general, like specific question, because I know my questions always are about my love life and like when is that all going to kind of come together? But I guess really probably the best question is just, are there any messages for the guides from me? And the second one off of that is same, even person that I've been interested in, or like I'll get things in my life, like a ton of sea turtles have been coming into my life, sent to me in messages, videos, so on and so forth. So when that kind of stuff comes in, how do I interpret that? Because I'm not there to be able to understand.
Yeah, just go Google it. Symbolism of turtles.
Oh, okay.
Or you could even say
That's easy.
Yeah, I do that all the time. So when I think about sea turtles, what's that? That's longevity, and it's moving at a very slow and considerate pace.
Okay.
Right? And they're also, think about those sea turtles who make this long trek to the beaches to lay their eggs, and then they've got to have all this faith and trust that their babies are going to hatch and live. And think about the babies. What do the baby sea turtles represent? The resilience of being able to be in that shallow sand, survive, and then get into the ocean to begin their life. And I'm sure there's a lot more if you get the symbolism.
Okay, so that's really great.
There's a site I like particularly. It's called What's Your Sign? The
Okay.
lady who does the symbolism on that site is really, really good.
Okay.
So if you don't see that one, check that one out. But then look at others too, because you'll get more insight the more of these you read. So what I do when I'm looking for that and trying to find the message is I'll go through several of them, read the description, and see what stands out to me. Because not everything will stand out. Some of it is dream symbolism. Some of it is, this is Native American symbolism. This is Chinese symbolism, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So it won't all match for you. So you're looking for those things that give you that little ding. That's what it's about.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. So do that anytime those things come up for you.
Okay.
There's always a greater message.
Okay, so it's kind of back to my general things are, the area of my life that I've been working on resilience and all of that, and strength and character, and that's been my journey. And so that's applied to work and all that other stuff, which is great, right? But my love life has never really been, in terms of, although I have 4 kids and I was married and, but anyway, so that kind of like, when is that piece going to all settle out? Because I know it will, I just don't know when. And do my guides have any messages for me? It's kind of probably a better question.
Okay, so what can you share with Kat about her love life? Oh, I'm hearing Moon River. Oh, that's a beautiful love song.
I love that song.
Yeah, and think about what that reminds you. Does that take you to Breakfast at Tiffany's and Audrey Hepburn?
Yeah, it actually also takes me to memories with particular people too. So I love that song.
So think about the feelings that Moon River evokes in you. That's peace and allowing, isn't it? That's floating downstream. So for your love life, that's the energy you're searching for. It's when you're in that space of angst and feeling lonely and, really longing and feeling like your life isn't going to begin until you find that one person. That's when you're out of balance. You want to be in the Moon River energy of flow, being in a space of just enjoying your own company and whoever you socialize with when you can, of course. But being in that energy of being happy with where you are right now, because when you're in that other energy, it's almost an energy of desperation that actually pushes away that which you seek, if you know what I mean. So when you get into that flowing energy of allowing, you're going to be happy with yourself where you are right now. That's your job, right? So when you do that, that shifts your energy into a space where that person or persons, because there might be more than one, who is a good match for you will be drawn to your energy. They're not drawn to you when you're in lack. They're drawn to you when you're in love. That love energy is flowing from you because you love yourself and you love your life. So when you meet somebody on equal terms like that, that's the recipe for a long-term successful relationship.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And in addition to that, from Debbie from Minnesota said, sea turtles go with the flow of the strong ocean currents. They just go with the flow.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Debbie.
Oh, I love that.
Go ahead, Karen.
Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you, Deborah, for offering this. My question is if my guides have any ideas for me to deal with, remedy, grinding my teeth.
Okay. So for Karen, what can you help her with regarding grinding her teeth? It's emotional. Okay. Getting emotional and stress. So you probably know that it's stress related, right?
Yes.
So what can you share with her to make that better? Do you do any kind of meditation, Karen?
I do sometimes. I don't do it regularly. It's a challenge for me in many ways, but it's on my agenda of something to make a priority. So I'm getting that reinforced.
Send me an email and I will go through the meditations I have and I'll find the one that feels the best for you. Because it's feeling like if you do a guided meditation before you go to sleep, you're going to be in that more relaxed energy, which will give you better sleep and perhaps help with the teeth grinding. But of course, there are also options of wearing something in your mouth to prevent you from.
I'm aware of that, and I have discussed that with a dentist, and that may be an aid to prevent the damage, but I also like to address the underlying cause.
Yes. So it's stress and something going on that's not being dealt with. So let's just ask again. Can you enlighten Karen a little bit? I'm just hearing like a beating of a drum. She knows, she knows, she knows, she knows. So it's what is that thing that's really bugging you, but you keep pushing it to the background. You're trying to avoid it. You're pushing it away. You're trying to ignore it and it can't be ignored. It's not going to let you. It's got to be resolved.
Okay.
Oh, one more question. Let me ask this. Is it connected to a past life? Ah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So tell us more about the past life. How many past lives ago? Oh, it's old. So it's somewhere around 10 lives ago. Excuse me. Okay, let's just dig in and find out what's going on in that lifetime. So was that a female incarnation? Yes, you were a female in that lifetime. Okay, and this event that happened, was it with a family member? Okay, was it with a friend? Was it with love interest? Yeah, it was with a love interest. And was this a spouse? No, not a spouse. So like a fiance. Oh, so it was somebody you were interested in, but they were not giving you the time of day and it caused you a lot of stress. What age was she when this was going on? Oh, you were a teenager, so that's why it was so deep. So somewhere around age 17, you're in this unrequited love situation and it brought you a lot of angst. So, okay, but that's not enough to last all these lifetimes later. Tell us more. There was death involved. Okay. Was that her death? Yeah. Okay. So they're telling me that you committed suicide because you were so bereft that you couldn't have this man. And here's the thing to know about this whenever this comes up, Karen. There's no judgment that you did that. And remember, you were a 17-year-old girl in the midst of all those hormones, not making the best of choices. And it was probably something that you did on a whim or, you know, in the moment. Wouldn't have been the choice you'd made if you were in your right mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's there and it's unresolved. If you pray or when you meditate, you can focus on that lifetime and you can ask your guides to help you release it. Let it go. It's over and done with. There's no judgment or blame for you for making that choice. But oh my gosh, I don't think that guy was worth dragging all these many lifetimes forward, was he? It's time to let him go. Let's just ask one more question though. Is this man presently incarnated? Okay, so he's around. And is he a male in this lifetime? He's a male. Is he someone she knows? Okay, no. Is it somebody she's ever come across? Have they crossed paths? Yeah, you've crossed paths. Okay, so how long has this been going on?
Probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so was this the event that triggered? Yeah, it feels like you crossed paths with him somewhere, and of course your energy recognized his energy, and that triggered this. So that's the thing that's unresolved. You're trying to grind it away.
Huh.
That's not the way to do it. That's hurting you. So you want to release it. So what would probably be best is try the prayer and the meditation. See if you're getting any results. If you're not, send me an email and I'll write you a clearing to clear.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have our second round. Nicole.
And for the people who haven't asked a question that are here, if you want to ask, don't be shy. We're all friends here.
Yeah, just put I have a question in the chat and I'll get you up on the top of the line on the queue.
We ready?
Ready, go ahead.
Thank you. I am embarking on this new adventure I'm very excited about, but I'm also in the process of dissolving a business over the next couple of months. And I'm wondering if what advice my guides can give me about that to make it smooth and karma free.
Okay, so what can you share with Nicole to make this transition out of her business smooth and karma free? Yeah, I'm feeling your heart chakra just kind of expanding. So you're in that very loving, warm energy. Your intentions are all for the good. There's nothing negative about this. It's reached the end and it's time to close that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go about doing it and cutting all the ties, as long as you're in that energy of love and bless it, thank it for what it brought to your life, release it to move on, it will be fine. And if you find you're getting into something that feels sticky and kind of yucky, you just want to focus on that and follow the threads back and see where is this thing that's coming up that's a problem, and then release it and bless it. But you've got those tools. You know how to do those things.
I do, I think.
You do. But let me know if you have problems and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Eileen has a second question.
Let me start by thanking you both and you, Deborah, for doing this. What a great gift you offer to all of us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I realized I've been struggling with sort of like a lifelong struggle, which is about getting help. It's one thing to be driving in a red convertible and another to be concerned. I've been a self-employed solopreneur for 50 years now. And the thing that I get bogged down with and am bogged down with now is that I'm doing everything myself. And I often feel like I don't have enough margin financially to hire somebody. And I don't know if the way forward is better to go with a partner or with hiring somebody that I can say, do this, do this, do that, which I'm okay at doing once I hire somebody.
Okay.
So, and I have one more question after that. So go
So
ahead.
for Eileen, would the optimal choice be to find a partner to share the responsibilities of a business? That's a no. So would the optimal choice be to bring in like assistants or VAs or something? Yes. Okay. So the thing to know about that, there's two options that are springing up. One would be you can hire offshore VAs very inexpensively.
Mhm.
And some people have an ethical issue about that because they're feeling like, well, we're paying them pennies. But the other side of that is that in their country, what you're paying them might be a really lovely amount and you're actually helping them. So not doing it because you feel like you should be hiring an American is just shooting yourself in the foot. And it doesn't mean you can't hire somebody in the US later, but if you want to get your feet wet at a price point that you can handle right now, that might be an option. The other thing that's coming up, Eileen, is that you know a lot of people who you've helped. Maybe some of them would like to reciprocate by doing short-term tasks for you, or there's also bartering. Those are options to explore.
Okay.
Now, are you in any mastermind groups?
No.
Mastermind groups are a great place to ask, hey, do you know anybody that can help me with this?
Actually, I am in the self-publishing school. I'm in that mastermind group.
Perfect. Perfect. That's Chandler Bolt, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, ask there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my other question is that my husband died. Actually, tomorrow would have been his birthday. He died 5 years ago, and it's a interesting. I almost feel more connected to him since he's died than when he was alive, because I can have my own kind of relationship, and he was a very strong character himself. The top of the heap neurosurgeon. But I feel like I talk about him a lot. So I feel like he's around a lot. And I wanted to just check with that and if there's any way I could connect with him better.
Okay.
Or more clearly.
What is his name?
Bob. Robert Bob.
So, but you called him Bob, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
I called it, wait a minute, let's try this. I called him Bobbles, which he liked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, Bobbles, is there anything you want to share with Eileen? He says, you're doing great, babe. And yeah, he is around. When you think about him or talk about him, he draws near. Because that's giving them permission to come in when we think about them. And oh, he's chuckling. He loves that you still think about him because he was afraid you'd forget all about him once he was gone.
That would be a trick.
Well, people have their insecurities. So what else do you want to share with Eileen? He's been enjoying watching you on your adventures. And what else? He's not talking a lot. I'm surprised. I would have expected more.
You've got the right person.
Yeah. It's almost like there's an energy of not wanting to interfere, though, Eileen. That's what the hesitancy holding back is. Because it's like, hey, I'm gone. You're living your life. Don't let me hold you back. But hey, babe, I'm here to pat you on the back, support you in whatever it is you want to do. I just want you to be happy. That's what I feel energetically.
Okay. That's lovely. Thank you. So it's nice. I never know if I'm creating it or he's creating it, but it sounds like it's a cooperative venture.
Well,
more.
When you get those things, err on the side of it's them, that you're not making it up, because too many times we dismiss things from our guides or angels, even departed ones, because we think it's our ego talking.
Mhm.
And so often it's not. So as long as
Well,
it's positive, upbeat, just presume that it's them or it's accurate, whatever it is.
okay. I did way long ago have a channeling where before I started out on my adventures in my RV, and they told me that my husband would be going with me on the trips, which it sounds like you're saying too. But in real life, I invited him many times, let's take an RV trip. He would not do it, right? So I said to the woman, are you telling me that my deceased husband is going to be riding shotgun in my van as I travel? And she said, I guess I am. So it sounds like that's exactly what he's been doing, which is an
Well, not
interesting
totally,
confirmation.
because he only comes when you think about him or talk to him.
Ah,
Otherwise, he's leaving you alone because it's you living your life. And
mhm.
in the spirit form, and he might have already incarnated into another body, who knows? Because we're multidimensional, we're doing more things. So he's also got his own stuff going on.
Would it be all right for me to say, stop protecting me so much? And,
Yeah.
you know, I can handle your interference. He always did want to protect me from myself. And I would say, I learned from my mistakes. Don't protect me from my mistakes.
You could just talk to him and release him and say, hey, I'm really
Okay.
okay. So if you're feeling that heavy energy that you don't want,
Mm-hmm.
release it. Tell it to go away.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Debbie from Minnesota finally chimed in with a question. I'm glad she's on the first round. It's about her horses in her life. Debbie, can you unmute and share that with Deborah? If not, I'll read the question. Oh, good.
Okay, I unmuted. My question is about, let's see, what did I write? Sometimes I write in a zone. Am I on the right path for, if the last 15 years, my horses have been hurt or foundered or injured, and am I on the right path to help release that? Similar to what the person right before said. My father died 15 years ago, and one of the things we used to do together was take care of the injured horses. And so I'm just wondering if I'm on the right path. Are there any other insights that I need to, or guidance that I need to hear?
Okay. So for Debbie, is she on the right path with the horses to stop all these injuries, to have healthy, vibrant horses? Yeah, they're validating for you, Debbie, that you've noticed this pattern and that you're taking action. Because the whole thing of having these horses is to have a joyful experience with them. And it was not your intention to create illness and lameness for them. So that's just an old pattern that needs to be released. That's not part of who you are now. You're moving out of that. So start seeing the horses as whole and healthy, even if your eyes tell you something different.
Okay.
Focus on the good things about them. What are they healthy? Of course, you've got to tend to whatever's needing tending, but if you can focus more on seeing them as healthy and vibrant and living happy, wonderful lives and being able to be active with you as you want them to be, then you're going to expand that.
That's really interesting, because Onyx, not yesterday, the day before, was lame. And I looked at him and I said, I don't think there's something wrong, but I'll go get a hoof pick. So I came out, got the hoof pick, and walked back out. And it was so interesting because he's holding his front left foot up, and there was this little ball like of ice or, dirt. And so I pulled that out, and he like licked and chewed and walked on, and he was fine. But it was as if he had to show me, Mom, this is hurting. I don't like it. But I was able to help him. So
that's amazing and wonderful, because he knew and trusted you enough to communicate that to you.
Yeah. Now my next question is about Onyx. Is he the right partner for me, or is he the ultimate partner for me at this time, or for us, I should say?
Okay, so is Onyx the ultimate partner for Debbie at this time? Yeah, Get a big yes on that.
Okay.
And look at the effort he's making. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't recall you talking about any of the others doing that, at least in the near past.
No, he's very, and it was funny last night when I was having him move his feet, you know, move, because I was double checking to see if he was still lame in that same space, or if, you know, just moving his feet because he wants to play so much, I have to keep moving him right now. And his lips were so tight. I'm like, come on, buddy. You don't have to be tight-lipped right now. You can relax. So anyway, so I feel like he and I are connected. And I also, oh, here's another one. Is Jewel coming through him? Jewel or charm?
You mean in his body or just communicating with you?
Well, you know, Jewel and charm we put down 1.5 years ago in October, and I sense that Jewel and charm are constantly coming through Onyx.
Okay, so are either or both Jewel and charm coming through Onyx to communicate with Debbie? Yeah, they are.
That's what I thought.
But here's the thing, they don't need to come through him. They can communicate with you on their own. Oh, they're saying that that door was closed to them. So don't put that responsibility on Onyx.
Okay.
Open the door and communicate with them on your own.
Okay.
Because you had very different relationships with them than you will with Onyx, because he's going to be the ultimate partner. You're moving out of the old paradigm of the illness and injury.
Okay. Okay. So that's probably what is going on right now. There's this shift happening.
It's a big shift for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with Onyx, instead of going into that old fear pattern and, oh my God, he's lame and where is this going to go? You jumped into action, fixed the problem, and didn't get all upset and moved on. That's a big shift.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good to know. Thank you so much. Love you.
Welcome. Love you too.
Before you get to our final three, and our final three will be Isla, Darielle, and Katharina, I'd like for you to suggest that everyone go to your YouTube channel and subscribe there and like there. Would you do that now, please?
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll find your link and put it in the chat.
That would be great. Yeah, you guys, I'm doing this free for you out of love, and it's a gift from your guides, but it would really help me if you would go and watch even 10 or 15 minutes of this video after it's posted, like and comment. That makes a huge difference on the algorithm, and it helps me to reach more people with this message, which is my purpose. And if you're not subscribed and you feel like it, please subscribe. That would also help. At the end, I do want to take a few minutes because I want to share something and do a little closing prayer, but otherwise I think we're good to go on.
Okay, Isla next.
Isla.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question to you, because I think in the past you did. Do I have a soul tribe? Or am I belong to the soul tribe of Earth, or some type of a star guide, so that I have to pay attention and who I should be more tuned into, because it is so difficult during my life. I'm so analytical. I have to do something to keep myself in that sense.
Well, you wouldn't be here if you were from Earth, because Earthers are not interested in this kind of work. So you're definitely a starseed. That being said, I can't look that up for you now because it's a different process that I go through than the channeling. But, you know, reach me offline and I'll look. I don't remember if we looked that up for you when we met previously or not.
No.
Okay, so then we need to schedule
Okay.
something and look that up so that you'll know what it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Darielle has another question.
I broke my hand in October 22nd, and did nerve damage. Will I recover full use of my hand? They say it's going to be months more to heal this damage. And normally I'm a very quick healer, and doing lots of presentation. It's like having only 2 wings right now is. I'm a half flyer.
Okay, so for Darielle, is it highly likely that she will recover full use of her hand? Yes. Okay, and can you give us a time frame when that should happen? Is it more than 3 months? I'm getting about 2 months, Dario. But they're
Okay.
also saying ignore what the people, the professionals are telling you, because that negativity you don't need.
No.
You know your body, focus on feeling health. And when you meditate, you could visualize that healing energy coming into your hand and just, rapidly healing, running through every little corpuscle and nerve and innervating it, because you can heal rapidly. You could also see it in your brain and then allowing it to flow down from your brain to your hand. So any kind of visualization like that fits for you. And if you don't have, let me know, because I've got some that do that sort of thing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're
Yeah, I had hand surgery before, so I think that there's compound nerve injury, but that's true. I cut all my appointments. I thought, oh, you guys are way too negative.
Yeah. They tend
Thank
to
you.
be. They don't want to give you false hope, but then what does that do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Katharina.
Thanks so much, Deborah. I have another quick question, if that's all right.
Sure.
I'm thinking about doing some further professional training, and it would be in the healthcare field, and it would either focus on the body or the mind. Do my guides have any thoughts on which would be the optimal choice, if any?
Is it body or mind? That's the choice you're asking about?
Or it could be both, but yeah, body or mind. Mm.
Yeah, because it felt to me immediately like, well, they're connected. Why would you want to do them separate? But so for Katharina,
yeah.
would it be an optimal study for her, what she's planning now? Yeah, I get all green lights on that. And the other thing that they're saying is that what it looks like today, it might be very different by the time you're finished, because when you start on this new venture, you don't know what you're going to find. So just allow yourself to flow through it and choose as you go what's best for you, adding in components along the way to form your own complete picture by the end. Because the path you're taking is your path, it's nobody else's. Somebody else might not assemble it in the same way that you will. So feel your way through it.
Thank you. Yeah, because the choice is, actually the way I see it is that it's both, but the entry point, I have to choose one or the other. So it maybe doesn't matter which one I choose.
Well, we'll ask. So for the entry point, would it be optimal to go with body? What about mind? Body is the one to start with.
Okay. And one last point, should this training be in the United States or in a different country?
Okay. Would it be optimal to take this training in the US? Yeah, that works.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's all yours, Deborah.
Was there anything you wanted to ask, Donna?
You can just solicit the guides to go to the bottom base of my spine with my healing. I was lifting too much, and the universe said, stop that. So healing energy is fine. I would appreciate that.
Okay. So for Donna, can you send her some warm, loving, healing blasts to the base of her spine? Yeah, it's flowing right down now, Donna. Sparkly yellow and white sparkles. And it's going to keep flowing for some time. And they're saying that when you need more, just ask for more. It's on tap for you. Like going to the brewery, just pull the tap, it's there.
I accept.
Wonderful. So thank you all for being here. I did want to tell you about something new and exciting that's coming up. I mentioned, I think it was last month, and I might have talked about it in my newsletter, that I got this assignment from Metatron of doing a 21-day meditation for just 15 minutes a day. And it's part of the expansion that we're going into. And I will confess, I haven't meditated as much as I should. So this was to help me get into the new energy and raise my vibration. It's been a really fascinating experience. I've just completed it and was surprised at some of the things that came up. So I'll be sharing more about that with you. But what's come from it, two big things actually. This week I had some massive ascension symptoms, and I know it's connected to that assignment. So it did lift me up, and that's part of what it's going to do for you guys as well. So the inspiration I got from that was to do a challenge, a 21-day challenge that I'll be inviting you to. We'll probably do it in a Facebook group because that's, I think, the best way these days to do that. And we'll have that 15 minutes a day assignment. We'll be studying and growing together and just see where it goes. Because as I said, it was phenomenal. So these ascension symptoms that came, you know, massive Charlie horses that are just not like the kind I've had in the past where you can massage them away. These are so bad that I heard you need to relax and allow it to process. Don't stop it. Oh, they're nasty. And then, of course, the massive attack of vertigo I got yesterday, which I haven't had many of those in recent years. They're quite rare now. I used to get them a lot. But this one just knocked me off my feet, and my remedies that I take for the dizziness were not helping. So it was just, I had to stop and lie down and allow it to process. And if you've experienced some of these things, tinnitus is also one of the things that happens. So you get that stuff going on in one or both ears, might affect your hearing, but it's temporary if it's ascension symptoms. You might feel fatigue, you might feel kind of flu-like symptoms. So if these things are popping up for you and they're not normal, just keep in mind you might be going through ascension symptoms, because we're all in that mode of rapidly ascending right now. Because as I mentioned at the top of this gathering, that we're heading into that big battle. So we need to rapidly expand in order to be as prepared. That's bringing on our angel armor, preparing ourselves for that. So don't fear it. Try to breathe through it. Do meditate. It will help. And just know that it's for a higher purpose. And it is really important right now. So I'll be letting you know more about that. In the meantime, let's just close our gathering with a quick little prayer. So just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Bring your focus to your breathing and your amazing body that supports you on this journey that you're on at this moment. And just feel those angel arms wrapped around you, holding you with so much love, filling you with light. You are just glowing. You look like a lighthouse light. You are so bright and filled with creator, energy, love, and light. And that's coming from the inside out. And as that light, love, and energy is flowing through every single nerve in your body, every cell, it's energizing, it's healing, washing away doubts, fears, lack of confidence, and of course, the injuries, aches and pains. So just allow it to process through your body and know that it will continue processing after we complete today. It's ongoing, and you can call in your guides and ask them to turn up the volume on that healing energy anytime you like. And they're right there and they will respond. I also want to encourage you to, if you're not already, take a few minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, to just connect with your guides. The more you do that, the faster it will happen and the easier it will happen for you. They are just calling out to you. And if you saw my latest video, it's, "We beseech thee, hear us." They are calling and calling. They want to help. That is their passion and their purpose. So allow them to support you. For those of you who find it hard to ask for help, you can ask for angelic help. If you're not asking for help, they're twiddling their thumbs and they're bored. So do them a favor, ask for their help, allow them to lift you up. And now Creator stands before you, bends down, gently kisses you on the top of your head and says, "My beautiful child, I love you to the moon and back. 100 times over. Please go forth upon your day in joy, peace, and harmony. And don't forget to connect with your inner child and include some play in your days, because it will allow us to connect with you more deeply. So with love, with light, Creator bids you adieu and moves away. So to all of our guides, angels, spirits, and Creator, thank you for being with us today, for blessing us so richly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and amen. Thank all of you. It was a delight to have you here. Look forward to seeing you again next month. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.